Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Magic touch. I could say it's much better. Welcome back to the show. Sitting well on this 5th July 2025. Today we are doing a tower talk. Something very stupid happened, which is my fault. We waited until 7:55 to do the tournament, and on the sword is always a problem. The sword, the time we start the application, has an error. By the time we restart the application, the tournament was underway. So the tournament went on without me partaking in it. And then I realized that I've been playing less and less. And I feel like we were feeling about 2 months ago. So this is a tire talk, but it's kind of like a negative tire talk. I had my best friend say, why don't you stream Tower? Because you like that game. And I was like, yeah, but I cannot talk about that game for a while. Now, don't get me wrong. The tower has always been there for me, and it will always be there for me. I got a new ID for the tower, which is gonna be fucking phenomenal. And when I say fucking phenomenal, I mean fucking phenomenal. You guys have no idea what I have in store for you guys. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be crazy. Because everybody's going crazy. And everybody gonna save me. Can anybody, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. When you open your eyes, you feel like nothing is gone. This is a plan, which means I'm Canadian, but if I wasn't Canadian, I wouldn't be able to enjoy that band. How dirty. How dare you? Dirty. So the tower, as and you can see, we're not even mad about missing the tournament. I just feel disinterest by the game. It's an amazing game, but there's just so little and so much. This is like your rant video, and see, about 2 months ago, you know what? I'm gonna get myself a drink of water. You don't mind? I'll bring it with me, of course. No problem. Something goes wrong. Magazine, diet pills, surgery. Nothing makes sense to me. Cause anybody going crazy. You know what's insane? I haven't listened to like a Simple Plan in a while. And my friend, for Canada, he went to see them in spectacle, in a show, for a free show. And because of that, I started listening to it again, and just good ass music. Oh, that's too close. Yes, we're doing tap water because we're not afraid of bacteria or the thing that they put in the water. Conspiracy theory, of course. A couple of months ago that I told you that I was joining the Tower community for Reddit. Now, I'll be completely honest. I know I've said this story before. There's also a very good community on Discord. But I don't like the platform of Discord. I don't like it. I don't know why it is. I never really liked the platform of Discord. Because we don't like the platform of Discord. I'm in a very few servers. The server that we are Arknight, because we play Arknight. The very few server that we are the Tower, because we play the Tower. And the very few server that I am in is so could go break a chain. Just like Lime and Lemon is the best. Honestly, the best. So I go in, and on Reddit, algorithm wise, I'm gonna be sharing too much information. I use Reddit as a dating website because there's a lot of NFSW community. That's half my lifestyle. The other half is being a fucking gangster by playing Mahjong and Rumi. What is it? Rumi? There's a bit less gangster now that I don't. Well, then, but I promise I'm a gangster. I'm the 8th member of G Unit. For people that got that reference, I love you. For the other people, don't worry. There'll be other occasion for you to be loved, I guess. So with Reddit, we start really enjoying the Tower talk. We start really enjoying the Tower, and it was a bring back to community. But now, like every single community, it becomes kind of toxic. There's a lot of complaining, but there's a lot of things that I don't really see. So, for example, right? For example, um, I had a lot of sugar today, so it's hard for me to focus with my ADHD. What I'm gonna do, the only thing that I can do, cause everything's gonna go crazy, yeah, yeah. Can anybody know what's going on? What's going on? Open your eyes. You see that something is wrong. There you go. A chair with something to hold my 32 years old ass back. Right? I can officially call myself back seat boy. With the negativity on the Reddit, it was a lot. If I'm being completely honest, it was a lot. Because it's a game that I love, but I didn't really see it, and because I wasn't part of the Discord, I didn't really partake in, socially speaking. The game, don't get me wrong, has been a blessing. Am I think I'm going to stop? I don't think I'm ever going to stop the tower, to be completely honest. At the same time, yes, but at the same time, no. If I start making content tomorrow, which I'm not, but let's just say, I'm not gonna play the tower. So, this is how crazy it is. This is absolutely how crazy it is. I just told you I wouldn't stream the tower because I'm not that interesting, and I don't find the game that interesting. And I just told you that I love the game, but I told you that if I wasn't a content, I would play the game. You know, this is my first time. This is the dark side. This is I becoming a Sith Lord. This is my first rant video about the tower, and in a year and a half I never made one. So it's a bit of a shame. Not even a year and a half. Today is the 5th July, and 8 days we're gonna be reaching 2 years of the tower. 2 years. Just it's really a rant. There's still a lot of good things that's coming up, right? For example, I'm lucky my guild is very talkative. The last update that we had, which was, I don't know when, but it was the guild. And the guild was, how can I say that? Delicious. This says 1.5. But it's not 1.5. I don't know if it's smaller or bigger. But it's the perfect bottle for the quantity of powder we have. And it just sucks. I don't want to make this video. Last update we have was the guild. And the guild was a very cool update because it was a social aspect of people inside the guild. And my guild, like I said, they're talking a lot. Now, to be completely honest, they're more talking about, and I'm lucky, my guild are pretty fucking on point. I got this officer, Falcon. Falcon is there a lot. I'm a guy that enjoy the game casually. You enjoy the games a lot more. So I'll take care of people that are not playing. I'll keep them out. I'll make sure that moderate the chat. So, you know, he's on the thing and he likes it, so whatever. Like, for example, there's no in-game convo or chat, which could add a lot to the game. Imagine, right, you have this tower, and on the side you have the chat, right? Now, what you're supposed to do on this one, so it's we're gonna be talking about that, but it's the AFK aspect of it. So the AFK aspect of it is you leave the, so it's called the idle tower defense, but it's not idle. So the idle function of it would be, and it is, don't get me wrong. The idle function of it is, I have, so most phone, you'll be able to have multiple applications open and on your screen, on display. So what you're supposed to do is, you're either supposed to have like the tower, super small in the corner, and it's playing, and you're talking to people, you're watching videos, right? And it's a cool thing because on Reddit, I'm seeing a lot of screenshots of people that are playing the tower and watching a YouTube video. So that's I actually feel like, because you bring me back to my tablet. It brings me back to, holy shit, it brings me back to Final Fantasy. It brings me back to 2012, 2013, where I would be listening to, and I swear to God, I would be listening to entire, and I mean entire, story of Zelda. So every single cutscene from every single game, I watched it, which is bananas. I mean, somebody arrest me. And yeah, so I came in and I did that, and it was great because we were playing the tower, right? We were playing Final Fantasy, but I don't know if I would that to the tower. What I could do is that for sure, I could put it on the TV now and just do it again. I haven't done this in years, a decade. So for that, it's AFK, because you don't have to pay attention to the screen. So like I was saying with the guild implemented some cool thing, right? Some really cool thing. And again, I absolutely love FUDs, and I love the game. Don't get me wrong, I love the game. Like, there's still a big part of me that love the game, but in instant I realized just how little it's improved. So with the guild, the biggest thing that improved was a social aspect of the game, which is really cool. But then again, how many of us are, and this is insane. If you have one guild that is not very talkative, that is 30 people that are not talking, or not using the aspect of the guild. If there's drama, the guild is a way to facilitate drama. The main plot of the guild was chits for your guardian and your guardian. Guardian being sort of a stronger than everything boss. You can just increase it. The guardian doesn't have attack, it doesn't have defense. If your chits are shit, it's shit. So this is a bit of a problem. So that being said, what was I saying? I'm sorry guys, I don't want to make this video. I don't like making this video. To me this feels like I'm fucking, disrespecting a game that I absolutely adore. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say fuck this. I'm gonna upgrade my ship, and I'm gonna upgrade fetch. That's my favorite. Cooldown, we'll do fetch for a lot. There you go. Okay, because we didn't have a lot of we had a crazy amount actually of we had a crazy amount of points that we didn't spend. I'm not sure as to why, because I'm lazy. We'll come to it later on. So for the guild, the guardian is the best, and the guardian is sort of a best, better than the bots. But again, the guardian is highly relevant on how much you play, highly relevant on did you do good, did you do this, did you do that, right? And if you didn't do it, well, you're kind of fucked, right? And it's not a big deal, right? But at the same time, you're like, okay, well, this is again one of the AFK. So the tower demands you to play every single day. It demands you to play a certain amount of time every single day, right? It demands you to complete your dailies, but also do something. And the dailies themselves are kind of like, they're good, but some of them are shitty. So for example, you'll have missions. You'll have missions for the event, and it's kind of always the same thing. Like for example, nuke is one of the hardest to do. Easy peasy, right? But then that's not the worst. Because you're at a point where your event medal, or you don't need all of them. For example, we're making around, I want to say, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Good. Much better for the guardian. Now it should fetch me some good stuff. We upgraded ship as fetch because I prefer to steal, and the guardian, the attack and defense are gonna be good for shield and defense. Now, of course, there's this part of me that plays three part of the same game, so of course it's a bit more annoying, it's a bit more boring, but still. But the guild itself, the Guardian, is not enough to vary one of the big updates. Then you look at the latest big updates. This big update was actually pretty cool. It was elite, and you had those elite, and it was super cool because they were stronger enemy, and there was random. So, for example, ouch, fuck. Oh. Something is wrong. There you go. There you go. It's an old chair my father had for years, for decades, and he gave it to me. So of course it's gonna be not super sturdy. And then when I fell, I put my arm here, but I put all my weight on the arm, so shoulder's not good. It does feel bad. It does feel really bad because I love the game. The elite were super fun, but then the elite in themselves became kind of obsolete because the elite came up around almost a year. No. About 6 or 7 months ago, and the plan of the elite was cool because it would give you elite cell, which would make your labs faster. The goal of the tower is to upgrade the tower. I'm gonna do the ads to lose as much as possible and increase your tower credential to get as far as possible. And then you have the elite, right? And they're pushing the elite cell and shit like that. But then with your labs, you constantly have to redo them. So for example, we've been playing the game very AFK. Either I'm making content, or I'm filming, or I'm clipping, or I'm streaming, right? So most of the time when I like to do 1 hour, but a lot, because I don't know, it just feels better doing 24 hours. So I don't forget, like for example today, I did this today. We had 400,000 sell. Not because we make it 400,000, because we're lazy, right? Then we had the update previously, which is the cinematic views, which is crazy cool. Crazy cool. The cinematic view is possibly one of the best things because it's kind of the coolest, what should we call it? It's one of the coolest, and it helps with the burden. So players of the tower, they have burden. They have this, what should we call it? The cinematic is kind of like a loading, home screen, I guess. When you close your phone and you open to check the time, it is that. And the really cool thing with that is it's a loading screen or a home screen that is your tower, that is your defense. So the stronger you are, the more color there is, the more it lasts, you know? But then again, if you do that, you're not going to see around each of the, what should we call it? I don't fucking know. You're not going to see each, what wave you are and how close you are to dying, or you can just chill. For example, if I know around which wave I die, so when I reach like 100, 200 before, I'm like, okay, well, increase your stats so that way you survive, and then when you retry, right? And that's 2. 3, we had an update for the legend, which is the next part of the championship. Now, with the legend, what they did, which was really cool, was they implemented a skill tree. So you can have passive skill, for example, auto use nuke, auto use smart missile, auto retry a wave, auto retry a not a wave, a run. But it's super good. However, 10 people out of the 25 best player are gonna get. So that created a lot of whales. Whales are a big problem right now because there's these parts where I don't know. There's these parts where I feel like Dark Fox. If you don't Dark Fox, dude complaining about the money, and every time they get to legend, so you buy the Power Stone. We used to buy when I was out of a job. I used to buy the Power Stone. I used to buy the Power Stone twice a week, twice a month. That's $70. Now we have 3 playthroughs, so 70, 70, 70, 210, $420 per month. And I did that for 6-7 months. Right? Now technically thanks to that my playthroughs are doing well. Technically thanks to that it would have been, I need to do that. Why? Well, first of all, I like the game. First of all, yes, I like the game. I'm complaining right now because I love. Otherwise, I would just stop playing. How many games? If you guys know the channel, you know that I drop a lot of games and I didn't say why or I didn't give it a second try. The tower, it's not one of those games. So the important part for the Power Stone was I created the tower a year and a half, and then we started having the 2 towers. There'd be too much of a disruptancy. So by doing this, we sped up the speed process. Now, what is the insane part is I've always bought the event pass, even with the crown. The insane part is when I first started buying the packs, when I first started buying the passes for event every 2 weeks, you were getting the pass. That's it. Then it became, you get the pass in 250 gem. Okay. And then you know what became? You know what became after that? Specific, whatchamacallit. So when you do an event, there's going to be relics. Some of them are now paid. You have to pay to get them. Now, in the defense of Fuds, I like Fuds. The fact that he does his own ads on YouTube, I adore that. I think Fud's a good guy too. He created a game, passion of the game. Like for example, you think about a guy like a Stardew Valley that's been working on this game for 10, 12, 15 years. I see Fuds working on the tower for 10, 15 years, right? And the cool thing is I have an ad record because I want to react to it. That says that he drew inspiration from Warcraft 3, which is one of my favorite games. So hopefully we'll get some heroes soon. We'll get some heroes, we'll get some peons, we'll get some worker class. The game is in its starts, but it's still, so by the way, happy 4 years of tower. It was 4 years, I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. But I'm pretty sure it was 2 days ago. I was supposed to make a video, but I forgot. So with the tower, it's kind of like, so with the relics, you have to pay. The game became kind of very well friendly. It's not a pay to win game. Okay, so, my god. So technically speaking, okay, so this is a recap of what I just said. That took, sometimes I'll do it in twists, right? Technically speaking, if you're playing the game, you don't need to buy. However, the fun stuff, which is the skill tree, are behind legend. Legends are behind the whales. So when to beat the whales, you have to be a whale yourself, right? No dolphin it. And that's pretty much it. But then you see, and then the fun part about the tower is every 2 weeks we get an event. We got some skin. I don't want to quit the game again, but I possibly have upward of 50 skin for the tower. 50 background. Actually quite cool. And it's just fun. And now, believe me not, when I start playing, there's not a random. Now there's random. And the coolest thing you can do is you can kind of trade things. For example, I have a spider at the tower screen, at the tower skin, and I have a sakura tree. The two of them together are badass, you know? That's actually fun. Or little bits. So for example, there's this card called Super Tower. So when Super Tower activates, the tower changes behavior. So the way it looks, there's a little something. The best they ever did was a fisherman. And you see the fisherman on the boat. And the fisherman, what he does is he's gonna start singing. You see music voice from his playing Fortnite. We just bought a skin of Borderland, which is a skin that I wanted since a long time. One of the first that I want, right? And the biggest thing with Fortnite is Claptrap talks. A backpack that talks. One of the only backpack that talks. That's kind of cool. Also, with the tower, it's not very streamer friendly. So with the tower, what's going to happen is you have a sound and a song. So the songs are actually copyrighted. So if you put the tower songs, it's not good. But then again, with what you could do is we're not streaming, we're recording. So what I couldn't do, and this is the craziest fucking thing. I can record. Okay, this is true story. I can record. I could technically speaking, put one of my own videos and record it. I could put somebody else's content on YouTube and just copy it. I could do a movie that I own and I could show the movie that I own. You know? And to me, it's kind of crazy. It is kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts because I could do like a Kingdom Hearts. I could do, Kingdom Hearts, the full story with the tower in the background. How nuts would that be? How nice would that be? That'd be so fucking nice, wouldn't it be? Kingdom Hearts, the whole thing. The whole movie cutscene. And the tower. How nice would that be? That's a really cool idea. Really good idea. And nothing is stopping me from doing that. So that's, for a content creator, that's actually pretty cool. But then you're going for something else's content versus a song that, and it's not going to copyright strike you. It's going to copyright claim you. So it'll get the ad revenue, but I don't have ads on my videos, so you know. And it kind of sucks because the tower. So the tower, the biggest problem that I have right now, the biggest problem the community have right now is the inactivity. So a lot of people are asking for more idle. However, there's no more idle. Like for example, I'm not even joking. I can close my eyes, go to sleep, go for 2 hours, and I know exactly that I'll be surviving. Even when I was at work, we're a year in the tower. I'm going to work. I'm working 8 hours a day. My boss, super nice guy, but doesn't trust me for my phones. Like, you know what? Cool. So we left the tower there. We left the tower there, and we left the tower there, and dude Omi was charging it. So my phone, I was playing the tower 8 hours a day, and guess what? It was charging my phone. I never had a problem. 8 hours a day of the tower recorded per day. I was working 40 hours a week. That's 40 hours of content I wouldn't do normally. The tower saved my fucking mental health. I'm not even joking. I was obsessed with making content. I was obsessed. I was leaving work. No, not leaving, but missing work. Because I wanted to play the tower. Oh, no, that's not true. I wanted to leave. I was missing work because I wanted to stream. I wanted to make content. But then when I did the tower, I was like, okay, well, guess what? You know what's insane? I want to show you something cool. See the face? This is so cool. Sorry guys, I saw something nice. Don't blink, yes you're blink. Welcome to commercial. Visiting moms that are having a wonderful day on this 5th July 2025. Today we're doing something kind of cool. Lately nature has been the same. But we really appreciate the clouds because they add something of nature, they add something of uniqueness. If you look at the sky, blue sky, you see the same thing. I'm going to show you something kind of cool. So I'm going to want you to focus on the very middle. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to show you. Doesn't it look like a face? Like a fucking mask? As in that. And we're back. So the tower I was able to maintain my obsessiveness of making content, but at the same time I was able to chill, which was really good. Really good for me, really good for my mental health. So I have a lot of, you know what? I'll be completely honest. The two games that I have the most content of is Fortnite, and Fortnite I've been playing for 3 years. And the tower, which I've been playing for 2 years in 1 week. You know? It's crazy. I started July 2023. It's crazy. It's absolutely bananas. Absolutely bananas. It's blowing. It blows my mind that. And again, I think that's the way I'm feeling right now because this game has been so passive, and I've been really passive, and I need a game that's passive. For example, with the tower, I used to tell you guys, and I still believe in that, by the way. The cool thing with the tower, I could take a month off, play the game, and take a month off. And I would come back and I would rush for 2 weeks. I would be like, okay, well, let's do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, right? Right now, what we're doing with the labs, we're upgrading damage, we're upgrading attack. We're at 73% of range, 33 level of range. Out of how much? Out of 200? I don't even know. Give me a sec. Out of 80. Whoa, I didn't know it was that close. Well, we'll do damage per meter. Holy shit, that's kind of cool. Right? And then, usually I'd be happy. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm excited about what I'm doing for the labs. And now, right now, I don't think about it. Not that I don't care, but I'm like, okay, well, whatever we'll do, right? Right now, we don't really have the means to do what I'm doing. And at the same time, if I was doing something cool, I'd have to pay attention. For example, well, the one I want to do is 7 hours, right? So I have to do 7 hours. After 7 hours, I have to find something else. And then what I'm doing for 7 hours, right? So that's what I'm doing. Going back to the same thing. So you took a break from attack range and defense, health. You know, it's dumb. But I said that's what we're doing right now. And for example, right now we're doing a cinematic views, right? And it's beautiful. But at the same time, you know, it could be better. It could be much better. I don't know. It sucks. It really sucks. And then what the community is doing right now, which is kind of crazy, is a lot of people finish tier 18. So they're doing tier 1 and doing 10,000. Now the funniest thing is, we reached 10,000 for the first tier. But that was before the elite. So I couldn't do this with that one. Now these two are at wave 2. This one is at 6,000 wave, and this one is about 3,700, right? So it's nuts. And the reality is I don't know what to do. Because then I don't even know what I want. Like, for example, I brought something up. I would like a narrative. I think so. For example, your tower is now a city, and there's people living in your tower, and the people living in your tower are kind of cool because guess what? There's daily mission with them too. Like, kill this amount of attack, click on this amount of thing. You know, one quest per day, and then you would hit affinity. So then, a really cool thing that you could do is there's a character, right? This character is an engineer, right? Mechanic. Like, call him a mechanic. And it tells you, oh, dude, you have to press. We need more diamonds. Click on 3 ads diamonds. And then you'll get your affinity up with that guy. When you get your affinity up with that guy, you're going to be able to have more. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Oh, that's a golden kind of content for the tower. This one is too hot, so I'll be right back. Yep. I get the problem with the tower too, don't worry. So, I was talking about this. It's actually a really good idea for a tower. I'm not gonna tell you the ID, but that's a good idea actually. That's a good idea. I'm gonna tell you how many team I have. I got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 48, 49. This one is the big 50. The big 50. It is nuts. It is nuts. Because the sheer amount of time that I played, I got 300,000. I have enough to do 5, 6 times 1 hour. I would still have some. You know? Spend so much time on that game. And yes, you have the mechanic and yeah, it's affinity level, and the affinity level, like holy shit, because of this affinity level. It's actually a really good idea. Because of his affinity level, you're able to get more of, for example, elf regen, right? Right? And then you could, oh my god, you could pick up gifts. You could pick up gifts and you give it to the person that you want. They would have secret stats, you know. We could get a skill tree. We could have a skill tree for the main game, the skill tree for affinity, skill tree for your bots, your skill tree for your guardian, skill tree for the guild, how much you interact with the guild, you know. That could be cool. It could be cool, you know. I'm just in a position where I'm in a rut, and it's been a while I'm in a rut. I don't feel like putting time in a tower. But at the same time, when I'm filming, the tower saved my life also because I was looking for doing more content on the gaming channel, more reality content. So what I do is I do this, right? And you see the tower here, and you see the tower here. So when it's the shield playthrough, you see me talk. When it's the crown playthrough, you see the nature corn. It's gorgeous. It's fucking amazing, you know. And then, what is kind of crazy is, again, I'm not complaining, right? I'm seeing people get further than me in 1 year. They've been playing one for 1 year, and they're already further than me. But then I was working that year, so I got tired of the tower when I was working, you know. I don't know. I feel like I think the worst thing is I feel like it's going nowhere. I feel like it's going nowhere. Then it is going nowhere. Because it is going nowhere, then I'm like, fuck. You know? You wanna say after that what's up? I don't know what's up after that. Does it automatically mean there needs to be something up after that? I don't know. And then what we cool is collaboration. Limited edition team. Limited edition relics. We talked about hero before. We want heroes. I don't care what they are. I want heroes. Like we were wanting. I'm not saying we because people from the community. They were wanting like a guardian, but a guardian that was another shape than just the bots. You know? You give us a new unit, which is the guardian, which is kind of cool, but it's the same thing as the bots. Now the guardian, what is kind of cool is you can change the skin. It's always the same thing. Put some colors on that bitch, you know? You can choose the color. It was a really cool thing with the guilds, where I'm able to get the banner and change the banner and shit like that, right? And it is really cool. However, it doesn't matter for anything else than the leader, you know? Choose an emblem. Everywhere that I go, every chance that I go, mine to trouble. cannot ignore the prices we pay. Say what you so. You can even name it. You can even change. The cool thing is you can change your garden chips. Anyway, this is why we're a bit less in love with the tower. Feels redundant. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, I'm on Reddit. Okay, good. So we have a tower. We're gonna get my first key again. It's about 13. Evelyn Athletic card from Mojo, which has results. No. What about result? How do you guys deal with this? Yo, it was. Merchant done before expiration, and there's a big red circle. Right top right corner. And see the people bragging about where they got in the tournament gems. What is kind of cool is Votei Freshmassen. So there's a literal that almost every question I could ever ask has been asked. Sometimes saves me time. Removed from tier 1. All that mission event completed, including dreaded nuke. Lab research mission. It's nice, dude. It's nice. Yeah, I still. And what is kind of scary is there's so much that I didn't do. For example, my modules aren't optimum. Ouchie. My modules aren't optimal. I should work on that, right? That's pretty much it. There's so much I can do. I don't know, guys. I'm just complaining for no reason. Right? I'm not just complaining for no reason. There's a part of me that thinks that it's got the potential. For example, right? The thing is also Fudd is a big fan of tower defense, so there's so many things that he can do. For example, a specific weapon. What I would like to do is also like an elite chaser. Like an elite. Like if you killed one of the elite, you get a special relic, you know? It's a huge number, but still. Trophies. Trophies are missing from this game. And I'm not talking about trophies, but I'm talking about trophies in general. Give diamond, give the power stone, because power stone, except for the tournament, they're very hard to get. But that's the main way to make the money. And that's pretty much it. So anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.